Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Stack, and as President of the Ireland-US Council, it's my great pleasure to welcome each and every one of you here today for this special annual St. Patrick's lunch meeting of the Ireland-US Council. This, of course, is a festive time as we celebrate one of the most important days on our calendar in this great city of New York. I'm delighted that so many council members and distinguished guests could join us here. I've often thought that St. Patrick's Day, as it comes at the end of the winter, it's like a rite of spring, after the dreadful and appalling winter we had in New York. Now, for those of you who were with us at the Palm Beach meeting in February, where we all had to brave the 80-degree heat and sunshine, I want to tell you, those people who lived there for the winter have the right idea. But hopefully now we're going to see the end of this winter and into the spring after St. Patrick's Day. Now today is, as I said, it's a special day for the Ireland-US Council. We have a splendid entertainment program lined up, and we want you to enjoy this festive occasion. We have a wonderful gift bag for you as you leave with all sorts of goodies in it. Our plan today is to keep the podium proceedings to a minimum. Our special guest is on the way here from an engagement downtown. She is Ireland's Cabinet Minister with a portfolio of social protection. Minister Joan Burton will bring us greetings from Ireland later in our lunch. But right now, however, I'd like to take a few moments to recognize some special guests who are with us. Now, before I do that, I just want to give a health warning. Too much applause is bad for your hearing. So what I'd like to recommend is that we hold the applause until I'm finished introducing our special guest. Can we do that? I know this is a tough one to do, but I'd appreciate it if you do that. Now, first person I'd like to recognize here is my predecessor as council president. The president of Fox television stations, Dennis Swanson, is here. And thank you very much, Dennis, for everything you've done for the council. And by the way, it's Dennis's birthday tomorrow, so it's a very special day for Dennis too. The New York St. Patrick's Day Parade is the oldest and largest civic parade on earth. This year is the 253rd anniversary of this celebrated tradition. We are so pleased to acknowledge John Dunleavy, chairman of the parade committee, which does such wonderful work in organizing this annual celebration. And 21st Century Fox is a splendid supporter of this council. Our thanks, as always, to the great John Nayland, whose roots are in the wonderful County of Mayo. Thank you very much, John. And speaking of County Mayo, we welcome a US board member of this council, Jerry Crotty, who is making a major investment in electric power in Mayo. Welcome to Jerry Crotty and his guests. And a great council supporter is Prudential Financial. We are delighted to see John Fox and his colleagues here. You're also welcome. It's also always a pleasure to welcome board members for the Council's Ireland chapter from Dublin, where she is a partner of PwC. Please welcome one of the Council's greatest supporters, Marie O'Connor, is with us today. Also in town today from Dublin is board member Brendan Cahill from law firm of William Fry. Aer Lingus is such a great sponsor of the council. It's always a great pleasure to welcome our good friend Jack Foley from Aer Lingus here today. Great to see you, Jack, and delighted that you're here, and thank you so much for your support. And a special thanks to Tom Moran and Mutual of America for their support. And the Bank of Ireland, Joe Connolly, is here, and we thank him for his support of the council. We thank Tourism Ireland and Orla Carey for their great support. I also have to mention Pat McGowan and McGowan Builders in New Jersey is here with us and his guests, and they're all very welcome. There are also some council officers who do some great work on the council's executive committee. Our thanks to Kieran Claffey of PwC, who's our treasurer, and Jim Adrian from the law firm Ford Marin, who does great work for us as our national secretary and the chairman of our nominating committee. Our thanks also to Martin Murphy. Finally, we in the council are proud of our student scholarship program. But before I go there, I think it's now time to give all of these great people a round of applause. Finally, we in the Council are proud of our Student Scholarship Programme. This will be the 31st year in which we have operated this programme. We are grateful for the cooperation of Fordham University participating with us in this effort. And I'd like to give a special thanks to Mary Shelley from the Office of the Prestigious Fellowships at Fordham University, who's here today. And now you can give her a round of applause. Speaking of the Scholarships Awards, I want to mention 3 upcoming Council events. In Dublin on April 11 next, we have our spring corporate lunch. Speakers will be Dr. Gerald Farrell of Eli Lilly, who has made major investments in Ireland, and Richard Burton, TD, Ireland's Minister for Jobs, Enterprise and Innovation. I do want to acknowledge and welcome Ireland's Consul General in New York, the great Noel Kilkenny, is with us here today. Our Scholarships Award Lunch is here at the Metropolitan Club on Thursday, June 12. And on Friday of June 27 in Dublin Castle, we have our midsummer gala dinner. It usually ends up at midnight. Join us there if you can. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you now to sit back and enjoy your lunch. And I'm going to say a few words introducing the Minister when she arrives later. Thank you very much. Right now, it is a particular pleasure to welcome our special guest, a woman who represents the Irish government here today. She's a member of the Irish Parliament, Dáil Éireann, to which she was first elected in 1992 general election and served the Dublin West constituency. From 1995 to 1997, she was Minister of State at the Department of Foreign Affairs. A native of Dublin, she attended University College Dublin, where she graduated with a degree in commerce. She is also a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants and has worked as a lecturer in accountancy in the Dublin Institute of Technology. She is Government Minister for Social Protection. Can you please welcome Joan Burton, who brings greetings from Ireland.
Good afternoon, everybody, and I just want to wish everyone here on behalf of the Irish Government to wish you a happy St. Patrick's Day and week, as I've come to realise it really is in New York. We appreciate all of the support that people of Irish descent in America continue to give to Ireland. The love and understanding that I think comes from both sides of the Atlantic, and in particular then the new Irish who've come to America in more recent times, but again continue to support people back home. I want to wish Brian Stack well in his tenure, and I want to thank Dennis Swanson, who introduced me the last time that I was here, to thank him for all the work he has done in terms of promoting Ireland and promoting an understanding of Ireland. I want to thank all of the members of the Council, because I know there are a lot of people here involved in leadership in business and community and in other fields who help to, if you like, develop an understanding of Ireland in the United States, but also who know that there are very solid reasons why people from the United States, and particularly international corporations and multinationals, would come and invest in Ireland. You know, as well as I do, that the last number of years have been rather difficult for Ireland, but that the good news that I want to bring you today is that the outlook has changed to very positive. We've still a long way to go. We still have a lot of people at home who are not working or whose businesses failed during the recession. So we have a number of goals that have to be achieved. But I want to talk to you about all the work that has gone into recovering Ireland, reforming Ireland, renewing Ireland over the last number of years, and which I think is now beginning to bear fruit, and which I think people in Ireland deserve in the context of all of the sacrifices they have made to overcome the difficulties. I think the most important thing to say to you is that last year, for the end of 2013, the number of people in employment grew by 3.3%. Those statistics would merit a lot of attention in the United States and in Ireland. There are calls, if you like, for people having a very strong feeling that the worst, if you like, is behind us, and that we have begun to recover. We still have a way to go. Our unemployment figures, and I'm the Minister for Social Protection, dealing with issues around social welfare, pensions, retirees, but also dealing very much in getting people who've lost their job and who become reliant on social welfare, we hope for a limited period, getting them back into work. So I'm happy to tell you that when we took office as a government, unemployment was heading for 500,000 people. It topped out at 15.1%. As we speak, it has now fallen to 11.9%, and that really is a very, very positive turnaround. Also, businesses, community organisations, international companies in Ireland, including a lot of American companies, have become heavily involved in a very strong community-wide, country-wide social initiative around getting people back to work. As Minister, I set up a Labour Market Council consisting of leading employers, headed by Martin Murphy, the CEO of HP in Ireland, and a number of other American multinationals are heavily involved as well, in a national drive to get people and businesses back to work. So one of the things I want to do is to thank all of the American companies who've been involved in the initiative, retraining some people like construction engineers, converting them to work perhaps in IT, then giving them an opportunity to do an internship, which we've set up a national interning scheme, and then getting a contract of 6 months to 2 years duration with an international company. And then we don't really hear from people that much again, because they have got a fresh start, they have got a foot on the ladder of employment, and away they go in terms of achieving what they want to do. So the last year, both in terms of employment, in terms of investment, trade and tourism, has been very positive. The last time I was here, I mentioned that we were going to have in 2013 the gathering of people coming back to Ireland, or people who'd never been in Ireland or no connection to Ireland, coming to Ireland to explore the country. And since then we had last year an amazing additional number of people coming to Ireland from around the world, and particularly from the United States. And they've been very, very warmly welcomed because, as you know, there's a long-standing love affair really between Ireland and the United States. Irish people like Americans, and I think most Americans find something that they understand about Ireland and that they like about Ireland. And that's the reason why doing business in Ireland makes sense for an awful lot of American companies. We are the only English-speaking country in the Eurozone. We understand American business. We have a lot of experience working in America. My first job in America was working in Atlantic City on a J1 visa. Probably not the most fashionable of job starts in America, but it financed my final year in college, and I even had enough money left over to buy a motorbike. So, you know, we all have our American experiences, and for most people, they're very, very positive. So, coming to do business in Ireland, spreading that message to your own contacts and your own networks is just critically important for us at this time as we build momentum. Earlier today, I was talking to the funds industry. There are 12,000 people working in Ireland as part of the funds industry. And of course, one of the things that, if you like, has emerged from the difficulties, and I just want to say this, is that we have reformed the way our central bank structures and our regulatory structures work. We've learned some of the lessons and we've picked ourselves up and we have reformed structures that now meet the absolutely highest global standards. So for people involved in banking, funds and finance, looking to do business perhaps in the wider European market, we offer absolutely top-class regulation and certification. And we have leading firms, both from the fields of law and accountancy, who are well established and set up to give very good advisory services. So next year we will see as well in Ireland a change in the European regulations in relation to farming, and we'll see the end of the quota system. Now, the weather since Christmas frankly has been awful in Ireland. Everywhere you go, you'll see lakes you didn't realise were there before. It's the fields. You can just see the trees popping out from time to time. But agriculture is doing well. And again, people here with Irish grandparents and great-grandparents will know that agriculture was one of the staples of indigenous industrial development in Ireland. Brand names that we all know, like Guinness's, and Jameson, came out of Irish agricultural production. And we really are undergoing in Ireland now a food revolution and a drinks revolution in terms of product and in terms of quality. And I know a lot of people are promoting Irish food, Irish drink in the American market. But again, when the quota system changes next year, in some ways, what we will see is the harness being taken off agriculture and a lot of new developments emerging and opportunities emerging in that field. So again, for people in those particular industries, as well as in tourism, indigenous, local industries, it's well worth thinking about looking at the opportunities they offer at this point in time. So whether it's for tourism or for sport or social media companies, I think we have almost all of the major social media companies in Ireland, alongside the traditional IT companies. We have a huge flowering of creativity in the creative entertainment fields, social media fields, and in terms of animation. So Ireland just has a huge amount to offer. You've been our friends and our supporters for a very, very long period of time. So spread the message that we're back and we have ambitions to do an awful lot more and have a lovely St. Patrick's week. And by the way, I think the things that have bound us, like our culture and our love of music, and I know there's some people coming to play now, the great news is that among young people, Irish traditional music is now so totally where it's at. And again, I think that again just reinforces all of the things that are best about Ireland, and that when you come back to Ireland, or when you come to Ireland for the first time, I hope you'll be able to enjoy. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Minister Burton. We appreciate your taking time to visit us here today, and we're very grateful to you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, before our entertainment program begins, a couple of quick things I want to mention. First, I want to mention, with my CIE Tours hat on, we have two of our biggest clients here today, and I want to welcome them. We have Dave Spinelli from Vacation.com, and we have Van Anderson from Avoya. So thank you for being here. When you leave here today, you can collect your council goodie bag by presenting the token that's at your table setting today. A favourite item in that bag is provided by Tommy Maloney Meats and their super popular Irish breakfast products. Tommy Maloney's is one of the fastest growing council companies, and we thank the company's chief executive, Bill Colbert, for his always generous support. Thank you very much, Bill. And our thanks to Victoria Coffey. This great Silly McGilly book is in your gift bag. Go online today and buy the Silly McGilly doll. Kids and grandkids will love it. I can't believe I'm standing up here with a Silly McGilly. This is great, thank you. And finally, a big thank you to Eddie Dowling of the Padded Wagon for his great help in today's lunch. Thanks, Eddie. And now, to our special entertainment program this St. Patrick's season. We have one of the great virtuoso violin talents from Ireland, Gregory Harrington. Gregory lives in New York now, and we are so pleased to have him join us today, and I know that you will love his music. Please welcome Gregory Harrington.
you to Mr. Brian Stack for all those at the Irish US Council, Ireland US Council today, for inviting us to perform. It's a pleasure to perform for you today. We're going to go into another piece, and being a Dublin boy, nobody's perfect. I thought we could sort of combine the Irish culture, the American culture, a little bit of Celtic culture. So this next piece sort of celebrates St. Patrick's Day on Monday. Many of you will know this as the theme to the Ken Burns series, The Civil War. This is called the Ashokan Farewell. For those of you who are unfamiliar in this, this is a beautiful part of this series where there's a lovely letter by Captain Sullivan Ballou, and it's written to his wife on the 14th of July, 1861. And a week later, he's killed at the First Battle of Bull Run. So this is the Ashokan Farewell. today, there are wonderful gift bags out there. And in every gift bag, there's a phenomenal CD. So, no stranger to the art of self-promotion, the CD is mine. So it was released in June. There's some beautiful transcriptions that I wrote of J.S. Bach. Most of them you will know. But we're going to do something different now. And this is a piece that spans generations, one of my favorite pieces. It's a Harry Warren song. And was made famous by Glenn Miller in the 40s, 50s, right through to an incredible version by Christina Aguilera a couple of years ago, and to my personal favourite, Etta James. This is My Last.
Thank you very much, Gregory Harrington, for that wonderful performance. As Gregory mentioned, a CD of Gregory's music is in your gift bag. And please note that Gregory is always available for private gigs. So you have a party or corporate dinner, Gregory will do proud with sensational playing. Now, as I mentioned, don't forget to take the gift bag when you leave. But just remember, the bag contains some wonderful Irish food products, so no throwing in a closet when you get home and forgetting about it, okay? Thank you all, our council members and guests, for coming here, and please have a safe and a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you.